Anthony enrolled his daughter, Mia, in a business summer camp for young children with the hope of grooming her to inherit his business in the future. Nevertheless, he was in for a shock at the end of the summer when he discovered something surprising about her living situation and was amazed by her sneaky and clever nature. "Good luck, sweetie. Have fun at camp," Anthony told his daughter, Mia, at the beginning of summer when she left for summer camp at a unique program for young entrepreneurs in Madison, Wisconsin. They would teach her critical details about opening and maintaining a socially conscious business, which was definitely the future. Anthony thoroughly believed that his only daughter would be perfect to inherit the successful company he built from the ground up. She was only 11, but she was bright, cunning, and already knew how to negotiate for what she wanted. "It's crazy how fast kids grow these days," he thought as he waved at the preteen. Mia insisted on taking the bus there, even though her father had many cars and could take her quickly. She wanted to be independent immediately, and he was so proud of her. "Dad, it's not a big deal. I just changed my plans." He would miss her terribly, but this was an investment in her future. Still, it wasn't easy to witness how fast she grew, especially because her mother and the love of her life died when she was just 7. Anthony tried his best to fulfill the role of mother and father on his own, but sometimes he thought it was not enough. And then he witnessed how mature, secure, and self-sufficient she was and thought he was not doing half bad. Of course, he had a housekeeper, Marina, who watched her and became her only mother figure. But it was not the same as having a mother, and Anthony knew that well. Regardless, he was looking forward to the end of summer and hearing all about the camp from Mia. Hopefully, she would learn a lot but have just as much fun, making new friends and developing her skills. "Mia, I'm going to pick you up from the camp. I'll wait for you at the entrance, ok?" Anthony called his daughter from the car's Bluetooth. It was the end of summer camp and he was already on his way to pick her up. He didn't want to wait for her to get home on her own using the bus. He missed her too much. "What? No, Dad. I told you I would come home on my own," Maya replied almost angrily. "Mia, I miss you. I can't wait. It'll be faster in my car, and then we can go shopping together." "How does that sound?" he insisted. "Well, Dad..." She trailed off. "What's going on?" Anthony asked, frowning at his daughter's tone. "Dad, I'm not at the camp. I haven't been all summer," Mia confessed with a note of guilt. "What? Where are you?" he yelled, almost swerving from the shock of her words. "Dad, it's not a big deal. I just changed my plans. But you can come pick me up here. I'll text you the address and I'll explain everything," she said and hung up the phone. Anthony pulled over and allowed other cars to pass as he waited for the text. His phone pinged and he frowned at the location. It was a place where an 11-year-old didn't belong. "Why would she be at a nursing home?" he asked, putting the address into his car's GPS and following the directions, which led him to Oak Park Place, Madison East. His heart raced as he parked and got out of his car. Mia was at the entrance with her bags, forcing a smile. Her guilt showed clearly on her face, and Anthony frowned at her.
Also, if you've not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these animal stories every day. Now, back to the story.
"Mia, what the hell is going?" he asked, grabbing her bags and turning towards his car. "Wait, before we leave, I want to show you around," Maya suggested, still guilty but with a sneaky grin. What was she up to? Mia led him into the nursing home, and Anthony saw how the staff greeted her and introduced themselves to him. Mia knew every corner of the facility and most residents, who all grinned at the young girl. Some of them even asked for help. As the tour continued, Anthony grew more impatient, still unaware of why her daughter spent the summer there. "Mia, for God's sake, just tell me what's going on," he demanded desperately. "Ok," she replied and took into what looked like the employees' break room. "I've been living here all summer." "Why?" "Dad, I don't want to go into business," she confessed, taking a deep breath. "I want to be a nurse. I remember exactly how much the nurses at the hospital helped Mom when she was sick. They were even better than the few doctors who came and went in a second. That's what I want to be." "Ok, honey, that's a fine dream. I wouldn't dream of making you do something against your will, but that still doesn't explain what you're doing in a nursing home," Anthony told her, kneeling to face her directly. "I found this volunteer program, and I called, and I pitched them the idea of making it a summer program. The workers here are nurses too. They accepted, and I forged your permission." They didn't question it, mostly because I gave them a fake number and told them you were probably too busy to answer when they tried to call. I also told them I was 15, and I think they believed it too. Mia was rushing her words and her mouth twisted with her sneakiness. Anthony breathed. "Young lady, you can't do that," he said. He closed his eyes and shook his head, thinking about his daughter's craziness. She had lied to these people, but it was all because she wanted to help and start her dreams early. He couldn't help but be proud of her, even if he had to scold her for lying. "Why didn't you tell me? I thought you wouldn't allow it. You seemed so keen on me going to business school, and I didn't know how to tell you the truth," she answered, and Anthony felt awful. "I'm sorry you felt that way. I've been too pushy, and I apologize for not letting you express yourself better. I'll do better in the future. But you can't lie to me about your location. You're 11. I have to know where you are at all times. Something could have happened." "But Dad, I'm not done," he interrupted. "That said, what you did is pretty impressive. You cheated the system, but all because you wanted to volunteer. But never again, young lady. You understand me." Mia nodded rapidly with a big smile, knowing she was already out of trouble. "Yes, Dad. Oak now. Introduce me to some people, and we'll arrange for you to come here to volunteer after school. But I'll be taking you here and picking you up," Anthony added. He got up and took her hand. Having gained new insight into his daughter's abilities, Anthony thoroughly enjoyed the tour and was pleased to hear positive feedback from other employees about Mia's helpfulness, talent, and popularity among the residents. Although he was already aware of her qualities, his heart swelled with pride by the end of the day when they got into their car. As they settled in, Anthony contemplated researching reputable nursing schools in the area to help his daughter achieve her aspirations. While it would have been satisfying for her to inherit and manage his business, he recognized that her own dreams were of greater significance.